Okay, sir. Sir. See, of course, actually, like last week, we just rushed and finished the human reproduction. So, little things which we did not cover on that particular day. So, we will be focusing on that, and especially the reproductive health. Okay, fine. And before that, the other facts, like you may know this, but still for a quick revision. Okay, when the egg cells are produced, when the egg cells are produced in female body, actually, when the women baby is developing in the mother's womb, there itself, all the egg cells are produced. Okay, before birth. Okay, before birth. There itself, all the egg cells are produced. Okay, like for example, some 400 billion, just for example. Okay, for 400 millions, or even you can say, I think some 40 million cells are produced in the ovary, and then at birth, how many will be alive? 90% will be dead. So only 4 million cells. Okay, and then at puberty, how many cells are alive in the ovary? Just 40,000 cells at puberty. Okay, and then when it starts the puberty, at the age of 13 to 15. Okay, so one cycle consists of Venkat. How many days? 28 days. How many eggs are produced in that particular time? Just one. In one cycle, in 1 month, the 14th day, it is produced, but one cell. So, how many years the women will have the puberty, means the menstrual menstrual cycle? 15 to 50 years, almost or 35 years. Okay, so 35 years into 12 eggs per year equal to what? Yes, how much? Calculate what is 35 into 12. 420. So from 40 million, even initially 400 million, and then before birth 40 million, at birth 4 million, and then at puberty just 40,000 cells. But how many egg cells? Matured. But all these things are what? Immature. All these things are mature, immature cells. Only on reaching puberty, thousands of eggs, like 40,000 cells. Can you understand this point? Many millions of egg cells are produced in the ovary, but when they reach puberty, just 40,000 cells will be there in the ovary. Okay, and among that 40,000, in the 15 or from 15 to 50 years, 35 years of cycle, how many egg cells get mature? Just 400. Okay, if they have gestation on lactation, during the gestation period and lactation period, what will not be there? Menstrual cycle will not be there. Okay, if they don't have menstrual cycle, means if they don't have gestation or lactation period, then it is 400. Then just imagine some less than 400 egg cells only are mature in women's body. After 50 years, there won't be any egg cells left. Can you understand? So that's the main thing you should understand. But coming to sperm cells, when they are produced, the first set of sperm cells are produced in during the puberty at the age of 15 or 14, whatever. And it actually takes what, 70 days. Okay, it takes 70 days from the spermatogonium to sperm cell production. That process you study in detail in your higher classes. So it takes 70 days. But from puberty, every day, okay, lot of sperm cells are produced. For example, like normal count is 20 to 40 million cells per ml. Okay, how much a man will produce? 20 to 40 million sperm cells per ml. Per day, at least 5 to 10 ml sperm cell seminal fluid will be produced. What is the seminal volume? Per day, it is 5 to 10 ml. Then tell me, how many number of cells per day produced? In 1 ml, it is 20 to 40 million. In 5 to 10 ml, it is 20 into 5. 100 to 200 or 400 billion. So 100 million cells basically. Can you understand minimum? Okay, so that number of cells per day has to be produced. Can you understand? So, and it's a continuous process till the men are alive. When the person is alive, the sperm cells are produced. But during the aging process, slowly the quality and quantity of the sperm cells gets reduced. Okay, and they are young, actively, and more than if, for example, if 20 to 40 million cells per ml, in the sense, more than 60% of the cells are very viable, very active when they are young. And if they are meets the aging process after 50, after 60, slowly then 40%, then 20%. So like that, the quality and quantity of the seminal fluid, sperm cells, gets reduced. Okay, but continuously the cells are produced. That's an important difference between sperm cell and egg cell, the production and maturation process. Okay, fine, good. And all these things, you know, the egg is produced. We saw what fertilization is. Egg is produced in the ovary, 1 egg per month. Okay, every month 1 egg from the ovary, and which is from the ovary to womb through fallopian tube. Okay, both side you have in the picture you saw, both side you have 2 fallopian tube basically. In any one of the either side of the ovary, the fallopian tube means the egg cells are produced and released in a month. Okay, any one egg in one side of the ovary. Okay, that thing you should know. And then all these things, you know, basically the seminal passage, basically like the sperm enters through vaginal passage during intercourse, and then in the oviduct where fertilization occur. Where fertilization occur? In the oviduct. Yeah, that is called the fallopian tube. Okay, there only the fertilization occur. And then fertilized egg called what? Zygote. What it undergoes? Implantation. What is called implantation? Attachment of zygote into the embryo, into the attachment of embryo into the what part of the uterus? 3 layer of uterus. Endometrium. Very good. Endometrium. Inner wall is called what? Endometrium. Middle layer is called what? Myometrium. Outer layer is called what? Perimetrium. Okay. So endometrium for what? Attachment and nourishment of the embryo. Myometrium for what? Contraction. Okay, during the childbirth. Okay, myometrium. So keep that in mind. Okay, fine. So, and after that implantation, division occurs, development occurs basically, and then the embryo grows. Okay, yeah, fine. Of course, placenta forms, and through placenta, nourishment gets from the mother. Is it clear? Fine. So, very, very important function does by the placenta. How can you define placenta? Listen, the extra embryonic origin. Okay, the extra embryonic cells forms a nourishing tissue called what? Placenta, through which the developing embryo gets their nutrients. Also, through placenta, the waste produced in the embryo's body is removed. Okay, dual functions, provides nutrients as well as removes wastes. Okay, dual function the placenta does. Okay, can you understand? So that's very, very important thing basically. And so throughout the placenta, for this special function, what will be there? The villi. Okay, in the uterine wall, the placenta, in between that, that is actually called what? There are, in higher class you study, there are 4 layers will be there. In placenta and the embryo, there are 4 layers will be there. Amnion, chorion, like that. There are 4 different layers will be there. Okay, so there you have that villi. In chorion membrane, you have chorionic villi, supplied with a lot of blood vessels. Okay, so just know that. Okay, that villi only provides nutrients. Okay, from mother to the embryo. Okay, and the other important functions, waste substances removed. Can you understand? So dual function the placenta does. Okay, they ask you to write about the placenta. What and all you should write? After implantation in the endometrium, what forms? Placenta forms. Okay, what is the function of placenta? It possesses chorionic villi, and then it does supplies nutrients from the mother's blood to the developing embryo. Another function, removes wastes. Okay, produced in the embryos, fetus or the body. Okay, so that dual function is done by the placenta. Okay, very, very important thing you should know. Okay, fine. And then the complete development in humans, how many weeks? In weeks, 38 weeks. Okay, in months, 9 months. Okay, and they asked one question, right? What is childbirth? What is parturition? This is the one. The child is born as a result of rhythmic contraction of the muscle inside the uterus. That contraction is called what? Initiated by myometrium. That process, yesterday we saw it. What is FER? Induced by the fetus. Yesterday we saw, right? Do you remember? What is it? Fetus ejection reflex. Okay, fetus ejection reflex. Okay, so that only results in parturition. Okay, and then rhythmic contraction occurs, the parturition. Okay, and also this 9 months of pregnancy divided into how many phases? Do you remember 9 months of pregnancy? See, 1 to 12 weeks approximately. It's called what? Yeah, first trimester. They call it as what? Trimester. Okay. And then 12 to 24 weeks. It's second trimester. And then 24 to 38 weeks. It is third trimester. What occurs in the first trimester? Embryogenesis. Can you understand? Embryogenesis. First trimester, we have what? Embryogenesis. In second trimester, we have, in simple, organogenesis. All the organs will develop. And then in last, fetus development. Can you understand? Embryo after 24 weeks, it is called what? Fetus. Okay, the baby, full baby, mature baby is there, and then the size develops vigorously. Can you understand? So first trimester, embryogenesis, 1 to 12 weeks, and then 12 to 24 weeks, second trimester, all organs will form, major organs, all organs will get formed before the 24 weeks, and then the size of the baby development occurs. So that is third trimester. Just know about this important thing. Okay, so this will happen only in the egg is fertilized. What happens when the egg is not fertilized? If the egg is not fertilized, what is the lifespan of the egg? What is the lifespan of the egg? If it is not fertilized, if it is fertilized, what occurs? 1 day, 24 hours. Just 24 hours. Okay, just 1 day. Okay, if the egg is not fertilized, how many days it says? Just 1 day. Then it gets disintegrated. Okay, and if it is fertilized, what occurs? How many days it lives after fertilization? Only 3 days. After 3 days, what will happen to that? It is fertilized. No, ma. Egg is fertilized. Becomes zygote. Then what happened to that zygote? Starts, divides, and then Meridian organ forms, and finally baby grows, and then the baby is born. That's Vijayalakshmi. You are that embryo. Yes or no? I am that embryo, fertilized, developed in my mother's womb. We are that. Can you understand? So that is what is sitting here. Yes or no? Sitting there. Yes or no? We are that. Okay. If it is not fertilized, just 1 day, disintegrated. If it is less or fertilized, then that's the fate of that individual. Can you understand? Fine, good. So, if it is fertilized, develop into embryo, baby, and then adult organisms. If it is not fertilized, die in one particular day. Simple. Okay, and then the cycle continues. Okay, endometrium regenerates, menstrual cycle occurs, all the other phases. We saw 4 phases in menstrual cycle. What are the 4 phases? Menstrual phase, follicular phase, very good, Vengat. Follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and then luteal phase. Corpus luteum develops, luteal phase. So all those things occurs. And during that time, the follicular phase, then again, next egg develops. Can you understand? The cycle is actually occurs again. Okay, look at that. Not fertilized, the lining becomes thick and spongy. And then again, like all the slow breakdowns, first becomes thick and then slowly breaks down, and then bleeding, mucus produces, and the cycle takes place roughly every month. Okay, that results in actually menstruation. Can you understand? So this is about the fertilization and the development. Okay, fine. Is it clear? So how the human development is controlled. Now, what is health? Before going to reproductive health, how can you define health? See, it should be based on what is WHO, World Health Organization. In Corona period, everybody came to know that World Health Organization prescription, World Health Organization standards, all these things. Okay, according to WHO, what is the definition for health? According to Vijay Lakshmi, what is the health? Mangat, define health. Rohit, Princey, Princey. Yes. What is health? According to you, what is health? You just define. Let the world. Energy? Huh? Okay, health depends upon the condition of your body. Proper life cycle. Very easy question, right? We all know unconscious about health, but we don't know how to define health. Very easy to answer, always. You know one thing? Always very easy to answer tough questions, but very tough to answer simple questions. Okay? But anyway, so what we all will give different definitions for health. But what the World Health Organization says, physical, okay, physiological, and then psychological, அப்புறம் social and behavioral well-being. Okay, what is called what? Health. Can you understand? The physical means what? Physical means what? So you should have your hands, 4 limbs, the physical features. Okay, you should have your nose. If you don't have your nose, what will happen? Yeah, you can breathe, but everything will go. Everything will go. Okay, if I see, listen, if I send one paper racket, it will go. Yeah, sure. You can't ride vehicle, so dust will go. Lot of dust can enter, affects your breathing problem. Okay, but you have your nose, luckily. Yes or no? So if your eyes not opened, what will occur? You can't see. Okay, since proper cleavage occurred here. Okay, divisions. That's why in some people you can see the eyes would have not opened. Then they have to do some surgery and then make it open. Okay, so lot of things actually. So that is the physical. All your anatomy should be proper. Physiological in the sense what? If you eat idli, it should get digested. Okay, you should get sleep. Yeah, all other processes, organs and organ system should work well. That is physiological well-being. Psychological in the sense, yeah, that emotional, mental level health, mental health, they call it this. But nowadays, you should not use this word mental. That's a psychological. Okay, and then social and behavioral, very important. Okay, what is social and behavioral well-being? This is the class. We are in a society. Here class is occurring, and you cannot dance in between. Yes or no? So you cannot sing in between. Like in system, there are some system. There you have to behave well. Okay, in school, in family, in church, in temple. So that the social system. Okay, and behavior. Okay, so all these things are called what? Includes health. Why I'm telling this? Then what is reproductive health? Along with physical, physiological, psychological, sexual you can include. Sexual and then social and behavioral well-being. It's called what? Reproductive health. Can you understand? Along with all these components, what is included to that? Sexual well-being. It's called what? Reproductive health, according to World Health Organization. Can you understand? Fine. So, in this, what are the things you should know is basically, see, when you go to your class 12 and all, same human reproduction you have, reproductive health you have. So, there, in two different aspects, you basically study. One is personal or sexual hygiene, about that sexual health or sexual hygiene, and then especially the birth control methods, some practices we are going to see. And then another important thing, they focus on arts. What are called arts? Assisted reproductive technologies. Okay, means nowadays many people, if 10 people are getting married, means how many couples? If 10 people are getting married, means there are 5 couples. Okay, among these 10, so listen, among these 10 people, 6 people are sterile, infertile. Infertile in the sense what? They are not able to produce their healthy progeny. Okay, and then only 4 are normal. So then 6 are affected. 4 are affected actually. Okay, 6 are normal, 4 are affected. In that 4, 3 are women. Can you understand? So 3:1. 3 women affected and by equal to 1 men affected. Okay, 40%. Now, actually, it's a very big thing. Okay, like so there you study about different assisted reproductive technologies. Like, have you heard about any assisted reproductive technologies? Something IVF, test tube baby, in vitro fertilization, artificial insemination, intracytoplasmic sperm injection. So there are techniques, especially IVF. Okay, like so that you will be studying in class 12. But here only the sexual health, maintenance of sexual health, as well as the birth control methods. Okay, sexual health and birth control methods we will be focusing. Okay, fine. So what are the birth control methods? Why they needed the birth control? Why we need to know about the birth control methods? Contraceptive devices. Why we should know about all these things? Okay. Yes. To prevent what? Sexual health. To protect sexual health and to prevent sexually transmitted diseases. I think you got one question called STDs. Yes or no? STD stands for what? Sexually transmitted diseases. For example, many sexually transmitted diseases are there. There are bacterial infections. What are bacterial infections? Examples given here: gonorrhea and syphilis. Screen is not, you cannot able to see. And please note down, we can't call them and just check. Can you do sort it out? Oh, that system updates. It has. Okay. See, in sexually transmitted diseases, they may ask, what are the bacterial sexually transmitted diseases? Gonorrhea and syphilis. Okay. And then viral infections, they ask. So, warts, genital warts, and HIV/AIDS. They are what? Viral infections. So they definitely they will ask what are bacterial sexually transmitted disease and viral sexually transmitted disease. For bacterial, gonorrhea and syphilis. For viral, genital warts and HIV/AIDS. At least these two which are given here. You should know. Okay, how it can be prevented? How to prevent the sexually transmitted disease? Using a covering called a condom. Okay, so that's one thing. Okay, using condom is preferred as a birth control or to protect us from the sexually transmitted diseases. That's one thing basically. And then the birth control to prevent pregnancy also, they will be using the other methods also. Okay, contraceptive methods. What are called different contraceptive methods? You can say classify it into physical, chemical and surgical methods. How the contraceptive methods are classified? Physical, chemical and surgical methods. See, physical and chemical methods are temporary. Okay, surgical methods are permanent. Okay, so physical methods in men using condom. Okay, in women physical methods copper T. Okay, you saw there, right? In one question you saw condom in men, IUDs. What are called IUDs? Intrauterine devices. Okay, there is a tube like actually it is called what? Copper T. Okay, copper rod like substances is metal like substances is kept in the uterus, which prevents the entry of sperm cell into the fallopian tube. Okay, and also it will have the spermicidal activity. Can you understand? That will have what? Spermicidal activity. Can you understand? Copper T. Okay, can you understand? So condoms in men and then copper T in women. Okay, or physical contraceptive devices. Okay, what are chemical contraceptive devices? Pills. Oral pills are taken. They are called what? Chemical contraceptive devices. Basically to cause hormonal imbalances. Okay, so the pills, they have a dual property. Mostly the pill have a dual property. Okay, what do they do? Changing the hormonal balance means egg are not released. Okay, either egg will not be released. Sometimes if it is released also, it will not be fertilized. Fertilization cannot occur. What is the dual function of pills? Eggs will not be released, causes hormonal imbalance and changes so that egg will not be released. One thing. Sometimes if egg is released, it will not be fertilized. Can you understand? So long term you have to use the contraceptive pills. Okay, the tablets or whatever. Okay, so that's the pills comes under what? The chemical contraceptive aids. Okay, chemical contraceptive method using pills. Okay, and then this copper T again, what is the function? Like irritation in the uterus. Copper T placed in the uterus to prevent pregnancy. Okay, but sometimes they cause an irritation also. Okay, like the spermicidal activity it will have. It will have what? The spermicidal activity and blocks the fallopian tube. So egg cannot reach the uterus. It will not come to the uterus. Sperm cell cannot go to the fallopian tube. So that's the function of the copper T. Okay, fine. But temporary methods only. They place the copper T for condoms are for single use and pills for that month. Only for that month they have to take the pills, and contraceptive devices for years basically. Okay, for a particular day, condom can be used. For the particular cycle, period of cycle, pills can be used. And for many years, at least 2 to 4 years or 5 years, copper T is used. Okay, for day it is condom, and for months it is pills, and for years the copper T intrauterine devices will be used. Can you understand? But for the permanent thing, okay, yeah, for the long run, okay, like the surgical methods are suggested. Okay, there are two type of surgical methods. What are the two type of surgical methods? Okay, vasectomy and tubectomy. What are they? Vasectomy and tubectomy. What is vasectomy and tubectomy? Okay, what is vasectomy? What is vasectomy? See, can you see the vast difference? Okay, in male, what is it? The vast difference is there. Yes or no? So, vasectomy means the vast difference is cut and tied. In vasectomy, what do they do? In both of the side, actually, the vast difference is cut and tied. Okay, vasectomy. Okay, cutting and tying of vast difference. In female, what it is? The surgical method called what? Tubectomy. Okay, what is tubectomy? Fallopian tube is cut and tied. Okay, what is tubectomy? The fallopian tube is cut and tied. That is tubectomy. Can you understand? So, vasectomy and tubectomy are what? Permanent surgical methods. Okay, it is very difficult to what revert it basically. So, a lot of even some people will have faced some kind of consequences, like 99% it is safe actually. In some people, like sometimes they have one or two baby, but they would have gone for family planning. But all of a sudden, if they lose one child or both of the child, it is very difficult to revert back. So that time they can go for what? IVF, artificial reproductive technology. Okay, because no chance for natural fertilization. So it can be done in the lab and the embryo can be placed. Sometimes they may ask one question. A girl got married, had 2 children, but in accident they lost both of the children. They have done the family planning. Now, what is the solution for them? What will be your answer? Yeah, you cannot say they no chance for the baby. You cannot say negatively. What you can go? They can go for IVF, assisted reproductive technology. Okay, because uterus is good only. Okay, only the passage track is actually affected. So that's very, very important thing. Such kind of thing they may ask. Okay, fine, good. And there are in reproductive health, see, there is in government, there are a lot of health schemes are available. Okay, reproductive health and child care basically. Actually, the department called what? RCH basically they call the government program. Like means it should take care of what? Both the mother and the child. Okay, mother and child care. Because in family planning, they are insisting you have 2 baby. So the government should ensure what? Actually, government should ensure what? Wellness of the mother and the child. Okay, so a lot of government programs are there, and the child health care. Okay, reproductive health and child health care basically. So they focus on what? Wellness of the mother and baby. That's why you can see a lot of primary health center all over the India, and it is free. Okay, like free medicines, free health checkups. When the mother is conceived, the government will take care of that. Where the human rights begins, where the human rights begins. If the egg is fertilized, okay, the zygote is having the right to be born as a baby. Okay, the individual, the family, the state, the central should take care of the baby. Okay, that is through act. Government act is there. Okay, very, very important. So that's why we have what should not know the sex of the child, and no, should not go for what criminal abortion of the fetus. Nothing can be done. Okay, it is punishable. Can you understand? So in those days, they follow one technique called what amniocentesis. What is that technique? Amniocentesis. Amniocentesis means what? Amniotic sac they collect some cells, and through that they can know the sex of the baby. That resulted in what actually? That resulted in what? Female feticide. If they come to know that the baby is girl baby, they will abort it. Okay, mostly. Okay, so to reduce that, now that cannot be done. Okay, if they go for that, then if they remove the baby, then it is called what? Purposively, if the pregnancy is disturbed, if the baby is aborted, that is called what? Criminal abortion. Okay, criminal abortion. Okay, but for medical cases, the baby is not developing properly, improper development. That is called what? MTP. MTP means what? Medical termination of pregnancy. MTP. MTP stands for what? Medical termination of pregnancy. Can you understand? So, in the criminal abortions, to reduce the rate of criminal abortions only, prenatal sex determination has been prohibited by law. Can you understand? So, criminal abortions are prohibited by law. Can you understand? Because there was a decline in the female sex ratio, but now it is balanced. Can you understand? So, what is called population density? Do you know population density? What is population density? Sometimes they may ask based on the last paragraph. See, listen. In a particular place, for example, Valacheri, in a particular period, 2024 or 23 January to December 31, 1 January to December 31. How many people are living here? How many are born here? Whatever age group, and then how many have come from other places? How many have gone to other places? So that is called what? Population density. So all this, why we should know about all the, and birth rate, death rate, how many babies are born, how many people are dead. So all this together tells about what? The population density. Okay, so the death rate and emigration. What is emigration? Emigration. Migration is movement. Emigration means moving from Valacheri to other place. Okay, and then the birth rate and the immigration. Okay, they are what? Increases population density. Population density is increased by birth rate and immigration, decreased by death rate and immigration. So if you calculate both of them, you can know the population density. Can you understand? So in reproductive health, all these things are basically controlled. Can you understand? The wellness of the individual, the birth rate, the death rate, the male-female sex ratio, and they also classify pre-reproductive phase, and post-reproductive phase. Pre-reproductive phase means what? Children, adults, and aged people. So all these things they will be considered. So reproductive health includes all of these things. Okay, good. Thank you. Take care. Next class. And what shall we do? Genetics and evolution or any other revision you want? It's up to you. Okay, decide and tell me. Thank you. Take care.